Hi, I am Oji, and this is Gigi.
And this is life radically redefined.
On this journey called life, you will definitely encounter the unexpected.
Sometimes you'll laugh, sometimes you'll cry, but in the end, if you have someone that will take your hand and walk through it with you, it makes everything better.
You get to make all kinds of discoveries along the way. Some about yourself, some about others. We made some and we just want to share it with you.
So we invite you to just listen, ask questions, make your own discoveries.
Pour your coffee, tea, or whatever you prefer. Settle in and let's talk about dating, courting, marriage, and life.
Oji and Gigi, life radically redefined. Hey guys, we want to thank you so much for tuning into our show. We thank you for your comments. We want you to continue to like, share, and interact with us in the comments. Ask us anything, say what's on your mind and what's on your heart, and let's share. Let's get together.
All
right. So this episode is all about courting. And it's important here that we remind everyone that we're Christians, so whatever we do and say as it relates to courting it's biblical from our perspective.
Yes.
And it's all about a divine union and forever togetherness.
And again, these are basically what we've encountered and how we can actually bring value and help you guys out. So we want to start this episode by defining courting. Assess readiness, courtship boundaries, courtship discussions, and courtship appraisals.
So those are the things that we're going to discuss in this episode. So like we tell you all the time, settle in, grab your coffee, tea, or whatever, and let's get to it. So, Oji, tell me, what's courting? What is it?
Well, the definition that best suits us is the period when two people, after careful vetting and while dating, have decided to see one another exclusively with the intention of getting married.
Right, so you cherish this person, you want to see only their good, so it's a time where you are, you're tender, that you embrace and edify this person.
And you invest in this person, in their future of happiness.
Right. You've taken into consideration how strongly you want to cherish them and protect them. And that's even from the appearance of any kind of disrespect. So this is really a time of a couple coming together and saying, like, my intention is to be with you forever. And we're going to cherish each other through this and learn each other through this. And, until marriage.
That's right. That's right. So you have taken into consideration how strongly you want to cherish this person and protect them. Okay? All right. So marriage is the intention, the goal. However, marriage may not be guaranteed.
And why would marriage not be guaranteed?
Because things can change.
Right. Are any of you guys courting or dating now? And how's that going for you? Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Let's interact.
All right. So we've discussed in past episodes the importance of spending time with yourself. Dealing with the past traumas.
Addressing any of your own personal baggage.
Plus ensuing in your readiness.
So if you dated to the point of readiness for exclusivity with this person, right? You're sitting across from someone, you've had the exclusivity conversation, and you're ready to pursue courting, or they're ready to pursue courting, but you still have feelings of trepidation. There's still some question in your mind and your heart about whether to move forward. Then you have to ask yourself some questions. You can't just let those feelings go.
So tell me some questions.
Okay, well first you have to say to yourself, why am I feeling this way? Right? It's really a personal temperature check. What is it about this person right now that's making me have some kind of discomfort? Or am I triggered by something from my past?
That's right. That's right. And also another question could be, is there something that I distrust about this person?
Or do I have additional questions before moving forward into courtship? So, you know, just don't just move past any feelings of trepidation. You have to address those feelings, and you have to make sure that it's not something within you that needs to be addressed.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. Now,
oh, and when we're talking about asking questions,
yes,
like, and getting to know someone or getting to know a situation, if you want to know something, ask.
All right, and also, so why don't people ask questions?
I think typically because they don't want to know the answer.
Huh.
That's the truth, right?
All right. So that is if that is so, why don't they want to know the answer?
Because if I ask a question and I'm given an answer, I am now put in the position to have to make a decision or take some type of action. And maybe that decision or action makes me uncomfortable and I don't want to deal with it. So because I don't want to deal with it, I don't even want to ask the question. I want to avoid it.
Wow.
And in the end, that's doesn't necessarily work out.
I don't know. So have you guys, just purely comment, have you guys ever been in a situation where you have not asked a question and regretted?
Please, let us know in the comments. What situation were you in? And why didn't you ask the question? And now, after hearing this, would you allow that to happen to yourself again?
No names, guys. We don't need to know names.
Right. Protect the innocent or not so innocent.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right. So next is ground rules when it comes to courtship. I just want to say this. Courtship is an interview. It is not intercourse. All right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, but that's kind of a highly unpopular opinion in today's dating climate.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Because there's a lot of pressure to test out the sexual waters before you get married. But the reality is the ability to just treasure, cherish, respect, and honor someone in a way that says, I am not going to cross this boundary, that's amazing.
Yeah, there really is. Because I'll tell you this.
Did we wait?
No.
No,
so
we didn't wait.
We didn't wait. However, we went through this intense premarital boot camp, which kind of realigned us, per se.
Right.
Through that, we made decisions to make sure that not only that we will be able to, I guess, spread the knowledge that it is important to wait, that we believe. Also that while we are married, we decided to make sure to continue to go to conferences,
do workshops, read books together.
Yes, oh my gosh. And
because this is a lifetime relationship. So we wanted to make sure that that I'm at my best as a wife, he's at his best as a husband, and we're at our best together
as a couple.
Because it's very easy to let your marriage just kind of take the back seat to other relationships, and that's not good.
And it's not. And of course, when I talk about courtship being an interview, not in a course, there's so much more we could
cover.
Yeah, so we'll do that in a different episode, guys.
Right, we'll dedicate an entire episode.
It is one of
before marriage.
It is one of the things that you always talk about. Marriage is a garden that you have to pluck out the weeds and plant the proper flowers or the whatever bears fruit or vegetables.
Right.
All right. So
you have to prune things. You have to water them. The grass is greener where it's taken care of.
Exactly. So courting is part of actually finding the perfect location where you want to plant that garden, if you get the meaning. All right.
Right.
What
else you got for us tonight?
Well, I also want to discuss that disregarding your principles is not the way to go. All right?
Right. So what does that look like when you say disregarding your principles? Because I feel like someone isn't going to get you to do that immediately.
No, of course not. I think it's just a little bit at a time. One thing you disregard that is going to lead to another thing and is going to lead to another thing. For instance, let's say that while you're courting, yes, at that time you may be holding hands, but you have grown really fond of this person and now you guys are talking about marriage and you feel the pressure that getting close kind of leads you to the next step. So that is a principle that you don't want to cross. So if you let that one...
Right, like if you say yes in that instance when you really want to say no, then you're disregarding your principles and betraying yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think you don't, like I said before, you don't let go of your principles all at once. And to your point, you're really letting them go little by little. Yeah. And that's that story you were talking about, like the
frog boiling alive. Basically, it's almost like when the frog jumped in. I don't know where the story came from. I didn't do that kind of research. My research is about relationship. So so comment and let me know where it came from. And if I get it wrong, please also
have grace. Give us grace and mercy. Right? Okay.
It's when the frog jumped in a pot and did not realize there was a fire underneath the pot, so he's swimming, letting one thing go, letting another thing go.
Not realizing that the water is heating up.
And he's dying. So you don't want to die in your relationship by letting one thing go, by disregarding your principles.
So in the comments, let us know, when was the last time you said yes to something when you really wanted to say no? And that's whether it's in like your current relationship, past relationship, just work, whatever. You wanted to say no, but you ended up saying yes. One of the things that we've been talking about for a while is because books and workshops and conferences were so instrumental in strengthening our relationship and kind of putting marriage in perspective for us, we are considering doing a membership-based Zoom book class, book club, workshop, and we want to know if that's something that you would find value in and that you would be interested in and participate in. So please let us know in the comments or inbox us privately. However you want to reach out, let us know, because that's something that we really, really would love to do.
Yes, we would.
So we are going to take just a 2-minute commercial break, guys. Join us back here in just a couple minutes.
Thanks for tuning in to Oji and Gigi. Be sure to visit our website, ojiandgigi.com, and place your order for our Date or Dare cards.
You want a long-term relationship, but is that true for the person you're dating?
Ask those deep questions and dig way beneath the surface to uncover who you're sitting across from.
And we wouldn't be us if there wasn't an element of fun in this deck.
So, Date or Dare.
Comment, like, and subscribe to remain connected. Hey, G's!
Thanks for tuning in into Oji and Gigi. Be sure to visit our website, ojiandgigi.com, and create your account to access your free vetting checklist.
If you are in a relationship currently, the checklist may affirm that your relationship is on the right track.
That's right. And it may also spark some conversation to get you where you want to be.
So comment, like, and subscribe to remain connected.
Welcome back from commercial break, guys. Now, we are discussing courtship. And courtship is in a community. Courtship is not a secret affair. It is not your guided self circle. It's really, you gotta involve, like we have here, friends and family, and including other couples.
Or a pastor, if you're being, or a marriage mentor. Some people have marriage coaches.
That's it,
So
and definitely your inner circle, guys.
Right,
your
individual inner circles.
Yes.
Right? So you should know, his friends and he should know your friends, so they have an idea of who you're dating and what type of person.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. Now, give me, for our friends and family, some courtship examples.
Or you mean discussions?
Discussions.
Right. All right, so what should you be talking about during courtship? We gave you a ton of stuff to talk about during dating, right? But now you're taking it to the next level. So, all right, so some of the discussions can be, what do you love or what do you hate? Or
what are your core values?
Right.
Give me an
what
example.
Drives you? Like, if you say what's one of my core values, it would be integrity.
Or respect.
Or respect. Or servanthood. I want to serve. I want to give back. I want to give to people.
Exactly. Responsibility. Embracing opportunities to contribute. Stuff like that.
Right.
All right. Discuss your present
and your future.
Yes.
Right. So discuss the current situation that you're in now with the person that you're in.
That's right.
Discuss where you are presently in your career, and then discuss your future plans. What's your vision for the future?
Your family.
Right. What's your overall purpose? What drives you every day? Like, what goals do you want to achieve?
So basically, full disclosure, guys.
Right. And then discuss specific marriage timeframes. And then one of the things that you have pointed out was fully discuss and disclose your past.
That's right. And matter of fact, do you want to tell them that story?
Yeah. Okay. So I was online. I'm part of a group that people get to ask questions anonymously, and a gentleman asked about his wife. Now, he married someone who has 2 children with 2 previous children's fathers, right? And he had asked her while they were dating, about these 2 men, and she said, "Oh, the first one is okay. The second one, he's crazy." And crazy means different things to different people, and we use that word so often that no one really knows the level of crazy that someone is talking about.
What would I define crazy? What would you define crazy?
Right. So, throughout the relationship, strange things would happen, like his, things at his house, on the outside of his house, would be damaged.
Yeah, vandalized.
Vandalized, right? His vehicle being vandalized. Just different things happening. And once they got married, she disclosed that it was her second child's father that had been vandalizing all of the property. He had driven from several states over to come to the home to vandalize the property. And that he was wanted for, different types of crimes.
So basically, he asked her, "Why would you not tell me that while we were dating?" And
yeah. So her response was that usually when she would disclose to suitors that this was the situation with her ex, they would want to walk away. They would not want to participate or continue with the relationship, and she really needed someone to help her raise these kids. So that is the reason that she gave for not disclosing what she meant by how crazy her ex was.
so please comment and let us know, was she right or was she wrong for doing that?
Yeah, your tone says a whole lot. But let us know what you think.
What do
was
you
she
think?
right? Was she right? If she discloses the things that this man is capable of, would it hamper the relationship moving forward? And, or was she right in not disclosing, or was she absolutely wrong? So you let us know in the comments.
All right, guys, while you guys are commenting on right or wrong, let me give you some more sample courting discussions, starting with, where do you want to live and raise your family?
Right. Don't take for granted that because you met in Los Angeles that this person intends on staying in Los Angeles forever. Maybe you both have intentions of moving to the Southeast to raise your family. So those are conversations you want to have
Definitely.
up front. What else?
Where will you worship, and where and which church will you attend?
Right. If you attend the same church now, will you continue attendance there? Will you change churches to his church or her church if you're, in separate churches? If you're separate religions, which religion will you raise the children under? So those are things that people take for granted while they're dating.
Please don't believe that going to separate churches is going to work out.
Right, and that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
So a whole nother episode, but absolutely, the church religion question is something you want to talk about. How about when do we want to have children? Mm-hmm. And if so, when do we want to start? Right.
And how many?
Right. If he wants 12 and she only wants 2, there's some discussion to be had, right?
Please discuss.
And then
amongst yourselves.
What other questions do you have? Or what else should we be discussing?
Definitely one of the biggest things I know that seems to be very difficult for people to discuss is money. Mm-hmm. Even in a relationship.
Yeah.
How do you spend your money? What do you believe your money should be used for? Right. Debt. That's discussing money.
Yeah. So anything having to, that's probably one of the most uncomfortable conversations.
Yes.
But it's the one that drives a lot of marriages to end. So please have those discussions. Be open about where your money is going, how much money you're making, how much money you're saving, if any, like what investments you have, those kinds of things. Talk about those things.
All right. And another big discussion is sex.
Yes, the sex talk. Okay, so while you're courting, right? What was your ground rule? Sex is for it's not sex. My bad.
Courtship is for interview, not intercourse.
Right, but when we say discuss sex, you want to talk about your sexual history.
Yes.
How many people have you been with? Each of you. Have you ever been treated for an STD? Even conversations around like addiction to porn or introduction to porn within the marriage. Like those are things that you want to have discussions about so that it's not surprising. And if there's something that you have to work through, then you work through it. Right. And what's that final one? That's another big one nowadays.
The ginger.
Ginger? Gender roles.
Gender roles and expectations, guys.
Right. So
you can put some ginger in it if you want.
Right. Well, if you're in the kitchen, you're cooking dinner, right? So let's say that you are a man who is very accustomed to a very traditional gender roles, right? You watched your mom as a stay-at-home mom, and your dad was the main breadwinner. But your intended, the person that you are courting right now, she is a professional who is like climbing the career ladder. You want to have these discussions about like whatever roles and expectations there are, and quite honestly, she wants to have those conversations too, because you want to go into this with an understanding of how your marriage is going to work.
Exactly.
Right? Because not every marriage is different. What works for us and our dynamic is different than what's going to work for someone else.
Are you serious? I thought it was going to work for the whole world.
No, it's not going to work for the whole world. Like everyone's marriage is different. You can have a fulfilling, happy marriage, but there's no cookie cutter. Right?
That's right.
All right. Oh, I love the next one, babe.
All right.
And you're
I'll
all
jump
about
right
that.
in it.
You jump right in it.
Okay. So basically, the next one is a temperature check. It's an audit.
Right.
All right.
Like where do we stand right now? Right. One of the things that you're really good at is saying like, what am I not doing that you would like for me to do? Right? That is a very powerful question. It's powerful and it's empowering to your spouse, to the person you're courting. It's giving you room to say, this is what I need and what I'm not getting.
Yeah. And also, one of the things while you're courting is, are you comfortable in communicating through disagreements? Mm-hmm. For instance, if we do not agree, do you feel that you want to discuss through it so you can find a common ground, or you feel like the person that you are disagreeing will never let you finish what you want to say. As soon as they're done saying what they feel, they leave.
Right, the conversation is over. That does not ever work. That's self-serving, it's self-centered. So when you talk about communicating through the disagreement, it's from beginning to end. Sometimes a disagreement, like, you won't be able to communicate it through it in the moment.
Exactly.
Right? You may have to take a break and then come back and revisit it another day.
Yeah, but do discuss through it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to know exactly how this person will handle disagreements with you.
Right.
All right?
What's next?
Do you feel honored and cherished by this person?
Right. So when you ask me those questions, like, you know, do you feel like I honor you? Do you feel like I cherish you?
The answer is yes.
Yeah, the answer is yes. I do feel honored and cherished, right? But the fact that you even have the awareness to ask those questions, to me, is for me, it's amazing.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, through our years of marriage, and not only focusing on each other, but also focusing on what would make us a better couple, those came around, and we're giving those to you through what we've lived through, what those marriage
Counseling workshops,
the workshops that we've attended over the years, and it just pinpoints where can you better serve your mate.
Your mate, right?
All right, and so you're getting this right now as you're courting and vetting, because you've already taken the next step past dating.
Right. And I think one of the biggest pieces that you want to ask is, like, are we having fun?
Yes.
Right. Because right now, a lot of what we're talking about, it sounds so clinical. Like, you know, you got to vet, and you got to ask, and you got to keep asking. And then are you cherished? Are you comfortable? Are you honored? Right. It sounds tiring, right?
Yeah.
It sounds exhausting, but it's not exhausting. You're just putting in the time that you need to put in to build the strongest foundation possible.
Because you are building happiness for the long run.
For the long haul.
Exactly.
Right. So, in building happiness, you want to have fun doing it.
Exactly.
Okay? And then, are you hopeful about the future? Right? If you're courting someone and you ask them, are you hopeful about our future? And they say no. Exactly. Yeah.
So something is wrong. You want to be on the same page, guys.
Right.
So that's why you do a temperature check. That's why you're doing, what do I call it?
An audit.
An audit.
Right.
In your relationship.
Exactly.
Okay.
Super important.
Very
and that's
important.
something that continues, like, not just through the courtship phase, but into your marriage, years into your marriage, because we still do these temperature checks. All right.
Okay, so we've covered a few things today. Today we defined courting. We've also assessed readiness. We've discussed courting boundaries, courting discussions, and of course, courting appraisal.
Right. So that was a ton of information in a really short amount of time, but you can always catch us on the replay.
Yes.
And you can inbox and ask us anything. We want you to comment and share and ask questions. Tag other people that you think that this information would be valuable for. And we're so excited to be on this journey with you, and we're excited that, and really grateful that you have you found value in what we have to offer, and that you continue to join us.
Yes.
Guys, relationships take work, but the biggest piece of all of this is taking care of yourself and ensuring that you're asking questions, that you're paying attention to your intuition, and that you are honoring yourself.
Exactly. So we want to interact with you guys. So please ask us any question, and as always, please comment, like, and subscribe, and please share.
Check out our website at www.ojiandgigi.com to pre-order products or to download free worksheets and ebooks. We add products regularly, so just keep checking it.
Again, I am Oji, and this is Gigi. So be blessed and be a blessing.
And live a life radically redefined.